You guys have a wonderful new song, Evidence, coming here shortly. I'm excited because fans are getting to see some new music from you. What was it about Evidence that made it the perfect first song off your sophomore year LP, Digital Precision?
Well, I think it's definitely one of our it's really based in the Swedish, Norwegian, Nordic pop that we really love. And it probably is the best example of that on this new record.
Yeah, a lot of our songs on our new album kind of have like a hard edge to them, and Evidence just has a little bit more of a classic pop sound, so it just seemed like a good first single. And it's slightly a different song for us. I mean, it sounds like us, but it's just a little more. Like it has a different feel and
It's a little bouncier than I feel like
yeah,
we
bouncing.
normally.
There's a teaser out so far for the video. How will that play into the message behind the song?
Pretty much the whole song is just a metaphor for it's sort of like solving a crime. Like you're in a relationship with someone and you realize that they're not the person that you thought they were, and so along the way you're uncovering little pieces of evidence, and then when you sort of lay it all out, you realize the full picture. So that's kind of what the video represents that metaphor. But we sort of did it in a kind of a fun way. Most of our videos are pretty serious, and this one is actually a little campy. So we're curious to see what people's reaction will be.
It's self-directed too. Were you always interested in doing that for this particular song, or did you happen upon self-directing for this one?
We always we live in our little bubble. We make all of our content, all of our videos. We do the shooting. He's the cameraman when he's shooting me, and vice versa. It's a very self-contained little unit, and I love that because we do have a lot of freedoms to experiment with different creative outlets because we do it ourselves.
Yeah, we've always liked the coupling of imagery with music. So the visual component of what we do is pretty big part of everything, and it's pretty gratifying to be able to do it ourselves.
Tay, when it comes to songwriting, how much of a hand, or I should ask you, what's your process like? Do you need to have a beat before you can sort of create words around it?
Well, I come from a top lining background, so I usually do write that way. But when we write, usually it just starts with a little seedling of an idea that one of us have recorded on a voice memo, and then we try to massage it and interpret that. And I feel like we really start with the concept first, and then we let the music kind of build itself around that. Um, and then we try to translate what we're saying in the voice memo. So
And somehow it becomes a song.
Do you all then have much of a hand when it comes to crafting the production side of your music as well?
Yeah, we that's another thing that we do all ourselves. I mean, literally, we're a completely self-contained unit. So we this I don't know if you can see the studio back here. This is at my house. We make all of our music at that little
this is
desk
where it
there,
happens.
and yeah, I do the production, and we write the songs together. And she sings, and that's the process. That's how we've been doing it since we started.
You all are a part of social media. What kind of fan response have they been receiving? Have you been receiving to just the vocals so far for Evidence?
Do we have those songs for Evidence Teasers?
Oh, I don't know. I think when we put out our teasers, we've been pretty mysterious about what the song actually sounds like. So no one's actually really heard the full song, and that until I mean you have because you got an advance link, but tomorrow night is when the world gets to hear it. So we're excited about the response.
But I am hoping that this definitely is one of the more fun songs to sing, coming from a vocal standpoint. Very melodic, so I'm hoping that gets some good feedback.
There's 12 wonderful songs on this LP. I have to ask Linus and Tay, each of you, do you have a particular song that holds a special place in your heart from this LP?
Um, I feel like I always say the latest song that we're working on is my favorite. Um, but I mean, this is also the case today. But I feel like Hope It Hurts. We had a blueprint on the first album we released, and I've always loved that track, and now we really kind of fleshed it out. So I think that that particular song has a special place in my heart. But uh, I guess we'll see when we move on to the next one if that becomes my new favorite or not.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, that's a special song for sure. I would say for me, it's probably just the song "Digital Precision" because it's the first one we wrote for this album, and I think if I was having a party and someone had not heard Able Machines before, that's probably the first song I'd play them just to like show them what we sound like. I feel like it's sort of like indicative of our sound in many ways. Lyrically speaking, I think Evidence is probably the most personal to me because I just gone through a breakup, and those main lyrics that sort of came out around that time, and we were able to encapsulate what I was feeling at the time.
You'll be playing the LP here live shortly on September 6th at Gold Diggers. Is there a particular song that you're excited to be hearing fans explore live?
Definitely Evidence. I'm excited to.
Yeah, we just added Evidence and Hope It Hurts to the set, and then we have another song called Dirty Pictures that we're putting into. So this is the first time we played all three of those songs. Yeah, so we're curious to see what the crowd response will be, but
they're definitely. I feel like they're they're more melodic and there's more of a range vocally than some of the other songs on our first record that we have done live. So it is going to be interesting. I feel like there are a lot of opportunities for ad libs and things to surprise myself even. So.
Linus, what do you hope lingers with people who explore digital precision as a whole?
I think we spend a lot of time on the songcraft and the production, and I think Tay mentioned earlier we're very influenced by Swedish and Norwegian pop just because they're still doing the melodic stuff. I don't know if you can see in the background there's an ABBA poster there. But that's something that we really are into is just classic songcraft and sort of bringing it into the modern electro-pop sound. So I just hope when people listen to the record, they can hear all the sort of care and thought that we put into every note and lyric on the record. We really worked hard to make it something that we feel is as perfect as it can be.
The one thing I do love about a lot of our songs is that if we take away all the production and just play it acoustically, it still is a really good song. It's a solid pop structure, and it's kind of the more traditional way of writing a song.
Yeah.
There are no collaborations on this LP, but I'm intrigued as to who you would love to work with in the future, Linus and Tay.
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, I think any of the artists that we're influenced by would be wonderful to do a collaboration with, Sophie Cates or Dagny or Sigrid. I put that out into the universe, but
she's a big Fiona Apple fan, so
I am.
I don't know how that would go with us, but
I'm not sure if that would make its way into this realm of the musical world, but I do love Fiona.
And you, Linus?
Oh, she pretty much covered. I thought that was a collaborative answer, actually. Basically, yeah, I think the first person that comes to mind is like Sophie Cates. Like she's a young artist that we really like, and oh yeah, LaCoy from Norway, and Uffy, and all those artists that we really like. Yeah, and yeah, we love Sigrid and Dagny and Tuva Styrke, and just most of them are Scandinavian artists, but we really love them.
Well, that means we just have to work on getting your music featured more on Swedish and Norwegian TV series and things like that.
Yeah.
That we have plenty of new shows coming out. Work on connecting the two of you.
Amazing. Yeah, that's what we need.
What would you guys like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredibly wonderful music that Able Machines makes?
Well, thank you to everyone who does listen to us. First of all, it's just a sea of content and creativity every time I open my social media apps. So to follow one person really does mean a lot, because there are so many different artists to choose from. Uh, and it's been quite a journey. So the people that are interacting with us regularly, it's nice to get that feedback, and it's very validating.
What she said.